How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. I know you guys all been waiting on this blast furnace to get fired up. Well, today's the day. I'm going to give it a shot and I'm going to try to warm it up as best I can and see what happens to it. I'm sure hoping this thing don't blow up. I don't want to see that. So we've let it go. It's been probably a month now. It's been sitting on the wood burner. I've seen a lot of the moisture come out of it, but I don't know if it's all out of it. But we'll see. I'm not going to turn it up real high. I'm just going to let it gradually heat up real slow on low heat and see if we can get it up pretty hot and see what happens to it. Now, if you notice behind me is my forge, and I've been telling you I was going to hook this to the forge so I can use the same bottle gas tank and the same regulator that I'm using for the forge for the blast furnace. It only makes sense. I don't have to buy an extra tank, or I don't have to get an extra all that other stuff. Now, when I fire this forge up in the blast furnace, I've only been really firing up the forge for now, but I always keep my bottle gas tank over here off to the side in case something happens. I can get to the tank to get it shut off. And that's just a safety thing I like to do with the forge. Keep it away from the forge, and that way we can turn it off. We can get to it and get it turned off in case something happens. Now, I've had a lot of questions on how long the forge has been lasting on this bottle. I'm not burning both burners on the top. I've only been burning one. I've only needed one. So I'm only burning one. I don't know exactly how much that is in that tank, but I haven't run it out yet. I've did quite a few projects on the forge, so I really don't know exactly how long it is lasting, but I'll try to guesstimate how long once the bottle is empty. But today we're going to be working on the blast furnace. We're going to plumb it up and we're going to get it fired up. I'm going to go ahead and hook it up to the forge, get it all plumbed up. We're going to get it heated up and see what happens to this guy. We'll see. Alright, this is the stuff I'm going to be using to hook up the blast furnace to the forge. This stuff, actually all this right here besides the tape, this was all sent to me by a good friend on YouTube, Frank. I'd like to give a shout out. Thanks for the line. He gave me this braided line, a nice shut off, and about every fitting I need to hook this thing up with. Now, this is the burner we're going to be putting in the blast furnace. You guys probably, if you haven't seen that being built, I think it's actually built a lot better than the one that was on my forge. May even later change mine out on the forge the same as this one. But this is what we're going to be hooking up to the forge to hook the blast furnace up. Now, if you didn't watch me plumb this up, I left a T right here so I can hook the blast furnace into it. So the first step is, I've already broken this loose here. We need to get this plug out of here. We're going to take this plug out, and then we're going to put a little nipple in there. And we're going to screw or shut off right onto this. We're going to get this guy in here. Then we're going to get some more of this paste around all this. We don't want no leaks. Then we're going to screw our shut off in here. Let's see. Now these two valves, since this one's so small, which I like a lot, they pass each other. They literally pass each other. So that one's basically going to be off when we're running the bottom, and this will be back like this. But even if I needed them both on, I still could turn them both on. So now he gave me some nice little elbows for this line. So we're going to go ahead, and these are all 1/2 inch fittings. We're going to go ahead and get this guy screwed in here. This is like so perfect for what I wanted, and there's no doubt it's perfect. Okay, now all we have to do is screw our line to this. So we'll go ahead and get the line and get it screwed on there. Now these have compression fittings on them, so we'll be fine. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and hook this flex line up to our burner. Alright, I already put the little piece in here. This is an elbow, just like the same one we put on the shutoff up here. It has the tapered end. It's actually a compression fitting on it too. All we got to do, I put a little tape on there, the paste, the thread paste, and we're going to hook up the stainless steel line. Okay, our burner's hooked up. So now we have a shutoff for the burner down here, and we have a shutoff for the forge. So this we can run either or. Now the only thing I got left to do is put this guy inside of my blast furnace. And all I got to do there is just slide it in, and then I'll put the nipple on the end of it. I know you guys say I don't need this nipple, and I do understand that, but I'm going to use it just to fire it up, and then I'll try some different things later once I get it heated up and working. Okay, the blast furnace is now hooked up. So the blast furnace is hooked up, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the gas on and see if we can get this guy lit up. Okay, we're just going to throw a piece of paper down in there and turn the gas on, see what happens. just going to leave that on low and let that heat up. Yeah, get the lid and put on it. It's starting to bubble up over here already. See the bubbles on the sides? I don't know, see. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on it just for a little bit and see how it works. Just to warm up the lid too. I bent a little piece of angle, or just a little piece of rebar, so I'll have to get down over top of that. We can pull the lid on and off. I just have the temperature very, very low. I don't have it very high at all. I'm just trying to warm it up gradually until all the concrete dries up good. I hear noises in there. Oh, there's a lot of moisture in there. Better leave this guy off for now. Yeah, I better leave that off for now. Look at the moisture on there. Just gonna let it sit there and cook. Now it's been heating up for a little while and you can see some steam there coming off of it. Hopefully it's gonna dry up slow. Alright, it's been burning for a while. I still see a bunch of steam over there coming out. I'm gonna crank it up just a little bit. Coming up out of there. There's a lot of moisture in there. Well, it's been probably 20 minutes. It's still smoking a lot. I got the fire up a little higher. Maybe it dried out a little faster, I'm not sure, but actually as time goes it seems like we're getting more and more steam, so we're just gonna let it go until the steam goes away. Alright, this guy's been cooking here for probably an hour and a half. Just on very low. I see very little, if any, steam. Just tiny little bit there maybe coming off here and there, but it's actually, I think it's drying up pretty good. Now it's got some bubbles and some stuff in there, but like I said, it's on real low right now. I think it's just about done. Give it just a little more time. I wanted to show you guys this lid. I actually got it on the wood burner. You can see the stuff falling out of it and it's sizzling. I got it laying upside down on the wood burner and you can see all the bubbles. You can actually see the moisture around the edge of it. So I got it actually facing down on the wood burner, and the wood burner is super hot right now. And you can see where the stuff had been leaking out of it. Whatever juice is in there, liquid. So I'm afraid to stick it on the blast furnace because I think it might be a little too hot for it. So we're just going to let this set like this. It seems to be drying pretty good just like that. Well, we just got this thing shut down. It's cooling off. It's been running probably an hour and a half, maybe a little longer, maybe almost 2 hours. And there's still just a little bit of steam I see coming off of it, but it's super hot, so I'm going to let it sit here and cool off. We got the lid over there. It's face down on the wood burner, and it's dripping like crazy. You know, when I first started this project, I never thought about the daggone thing blowing up, you know, getting too hot and the moisture in it and everything. So I let it set probably about a month before I actually fired it up. And at that time I had it on the wood burner, and I was leaving it on there every time I'd fire the wood burner up. Hopefully it would dry it out a little bit. So we finally got it lit up and got some heat in there. I'm hoping the next time we get it fired up, we're going to do some brass shell casings. I want to melt some down because I'd really like to use some of that metal on my homemade knives. We're going to be getting into the knives. I really want to get into it. I'm so busy right now. This is a busy time of year for me. So it's kind of hard for me to get all these videos done. But we're going to get on them, and we're going to do the best we can. I'd like to tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Till next time.